Hey team, I wanted to create a quick video to show you guys how to utilize the Services app. There's a lot more on here that I think a lot of you know, so I just wanted to create a quick video to walk you through it. So if you pull up your Services app, it looks like this little green box that says Services. You will have your own email and login. You'll log in and you'll click on ACF Kids Ministry Team. In there, you will find the weeks and plans for the schedule that I've built out. I typically build out the schedule for the month, so you'll be able to plan the entire month of September coming up. Please remember that if you have blockout dates, to have those blockout dates in 30 days in advance so that when I build this schedule, I know what areas we need to find substitutes for. So going into the first week, week 1, August 28th, September 1st, we're going to click in there. Once you pull it up, you will be able to see your entire team for each service. There's a 7 p.m. service, there's the 8:30 service, there's the 10, there's the 11:30. So if you have a question on who you're serving with or whether or not, if you call out, if there's still 2 teachers remaining, just being able to be aware of that will really help you kind of see what I'm looking for. I always have 2 teachers in a room in order to keep a classroom open. So if I drop down to 1 teacher, we need to call in a sub. So if you know you're dropping it down to 1 teacher, having that awareness of either helping me find a substitute or giving me long advanced notice so that I can find a sub is always, always helpful. So you'll be able to go in here, and then I want to point you guys to where it says Order, Teams, Times, Notes, and Files. Let's click over to Files. In Files, there's a lot of information in here that you guys have at your fingertips. So in here, you have, scroll down to Plan. This is where your curriculum lives. I upload the curriculum for each week for everybody on all of the different classrooms so that if you want to do planning ahead of time, you can. So under here, we'll go just top to bottom. Elementary Leader Guide. This next week is Did God Create Evil? Below that, Elementary Did God Create Evil Week 1. There's 2 in here, and I'll tell you why. There is one that if you click on that first one, it will pull up the activity guide, but for some reason, it's only able to pull it up from a computer. I can't quite find the workaround yet. I'm working on it right now, but if you click on this from a desktop, it will pull up your activity guide. However, there's another way to find it. This second link right here, Elementary Did God Create Evil Week 1, click on that. That will take you to the website of Life Church. That's where we get our curriculum from. And then you will have access to all of the resources for that lesson plan. So Did God Create Evil? You'll scroll down, and this breaks down into all of the different pieces of the lesson. The parent questions, the point, the verse. I don't utilize the MC guide. You guys do a great job of standing up in front of the kids and announcing what the lesson is. If you want to jump in there and kind of see what that's about, that's great, but I don't print those for the classroom. Small Group Leader Guide, this is what I do print. This has your lesson, this has your activity, this has the small group questions. So if you want to reference that ahead of time, you can click on that and get it right from your phone. And then down here are the videos that are watched in elementary. The teaching segment is what I put on the TVs. The message video has the teaching segment in it, but it's an hour long. So they've essentially used this if you want to have the TV on for the entire hour, but the way we structure our curriculum, we don't do that. We only do the 15-minute teaching segment. So if you want to watch the video ahead of time, you can do it right there from that YouTube link. All right, I'm going to jump back over to the Services app. We're going to click into Magnificent and Vista, Dreams Come True. That will pull open Life Church's curriculum for that month. This is a 5-week unit. So because September has 5 weeks in it, this is where you will find all of the information. Here's the point. I can live like Jesus. Here's the Bible verse that they will be learning throughout the month. The story cards are in there if you want to reference those. Your picture passes. And then here again is the message video and teaching segment. The teaching segment is just that 20-minute video that the kids watch. Now, because it's a 5-week part, scrolling back up, if you see this grayed out area that says general, The general tab has everything that you will need for the month for that lesson. If you click on that, here is where you'll go for parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So because this is week 1, you'll click on part 1, and then you'll be able to scroll down, and that's where you will find your small leader guide with those questions to ask the kids, the activity, the prop talk guides. So that's where you'll be able to reference those. Make a note, if it's Vista, it says 2 to 3. If it's Magnificent, it will say 4 through kindergarten. So we do break those up. They tailor the questions just a little bit to the younger age groups versus the older age groups. The coloring sheets are the same for both Vista and Magnificent. So if you want to take a look at that, that's where that lives. And then let's pop back over to services. Toddler, Daniel in the Lion's Den. So if you click on that, it will pull up the 52-week curriculum, which we pull for the toddler lessons. It helps the kids do a Bible lesson 1 week for the entire year, so 52 weeks. I say the name of what lesson it is so that you know where to find it. So this one was Daniel in the Lion's Den, so you'll be able to know that lesson and be able to scroll down and find it in this one. So this goes all the way from Genesis to Exodus, so you'll be able to see every lesson and then the story as well. And then let's see, the last thing is Trailblazers. Click on Trailblazers right here. It looks very similar to the elementary curriculum. This one, it'll say 3 parts right there, so you'll know that there are multiple parts to the story. If you click on that gray box, here's your general, where you'll find the general items like the overall point, and then parts 1, part 2, and part 3, depending on what week you are on. And then you'll be able to scroll down to find your point, your verse. Again, I don't do the MC guide. The small group leader guide and the activity guide is what the Trailblazer teachers utilize, so you can click on those. And then here is the loop video. If you can't get enough of them, this is the teaching segment one that they watch. Is about 15 minutes. I hope that's helpful for you guys. There's a lot of things in here if you want to poke around more in services. I have the ACF Kids practices and procedures. That's our policies. If you guys ever have a question of what we do with ACF Kids, where to find the answer to something, this is a great reference. It's on every single week schedule, as well as the elementary Sunday school framework. All of our classrooms have a framework that just give you a guideline of the timing of how the flow of each service should go, so that you're not just going in there blind. It breaks down into 15, 20-minute increments so that you know what to do in that time block. So you're welcome to take a look at that. It ties everything into our mission and vision of making young and mighty disciples. So everything is thought through from beginning to end, from when you welcome the kids in to when you say goodbye to the kids and have a great service. Infant prayers is another one. We do have infant curriculum, and it breaks it down to 52 weeks. So every week there is a different prayer. If you work in the infant room, please pay attention to what prayer that is so that you can spend time with your babies during your service praying this prayer over them. Let's see, let's click on a couple other ones. Roles and classroom flow, sorry. This kind of breaks down and explains what the different roles that we have with ACF Kids, from service coach to team captains to team leaders to support teachers, to what they do in each group. So great information if you want to take a look at that. Toddler curriculum in a year. Again, that pulls up that same 52-week curriculum. Here's your toddler framework, your Trailblazer framework, that 15-minute breakdown of what you do during the service. And then church clap at the very bottom. Elementary schoolers, we do it every other week. So new teachers in that classroom, if you don't know how to church clap, definitely watch that link so that you know how to do it with the kiddos, because they'll be asking. I hope that's helpful for you guys. In here, you'll be able to do your responses as far as jumping back into teams, whether you can accept it, decline it. For example, I'll click on one right here, Barb at 8:30. If she clicks on her name, she can either confirm she's coming or decline that she can't come. If it's yellow and pending, that just means we're going to be reaching out to you on Thursdays to say, hey, subtle reminder, we're trying to finalize our schedules for Sunday. Please let me know if you're able to make it, and make sure that we know by the end of Thursday so that I have time to plan accordingly. There's a lot of good stuff in here. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions at all, give me a call, shoot me a text. Happy to help you guys get into your services app if there's an issue. But there you go. All right. Thanks, guys.